Not only do I hate social media, I don't understand people who love it who don't need to use it. Look at this. I put this on my plate. Great. Now you, sweetheart, take it off your plate. Throw it in the trash. Baby steps. Baby clubfoot steps. So it's not just Florida, by the way. This is happening across the country. You have an Illinois middle school teacher was just caught handing out gay sex manual.
Gee, the ins and outs of gay sex, that's a little on the nose, guy.
Yeah, it is a little on the nose. I mean, I guess
ins and outs.
Yeah, also saying a little on the nose.
Sorry.
Where you rested.
Come on.
And this is not new, just to be clear. I'm glad that now you're able. Here's what happened. One period in time, this was completely underground, all this information. Andrew Breitbart, right? Back then it wasn't Breitbart.com, it was bighollywood.breitbart.com. It was the first guy to pull any of my content anywhere into the conservative sphere. Before that, I was just an actor. Then what ended up happening is people at some point started kind of taking over social media. Conservatives started finally winning hearts and minds a little bit. I'd say that would be around 2015, 2016. And then that got completely censored again because the gatekeepers came back in and said, you know what, never mind, we're not going to allow you to disseminate this information like you just saw with YouTube. But now, thank God for Rumble. Hopefully Twitter completely stays in the right gear here. So I want to bring you back to Europe. Yeah, now we have manual. Yeah. Now we have this teacher in Florida saying, oh, you forfeit your rights as a parent. But go back to March 2000, okay? Andrew Breitbart did a whole segment on this. He released this. He leaked it. Kevin Jennings. Do we not have the audio clip?
I think we do. I just think it's named.
Okay.
I'll try.
Is that the Jeopardy guy?
No, that's Ken Jennings. I know. I always get it wrong. So there's a guy named Kevin Jennings.
Yeah.
He was Obama's safe school czar. And he led a youth conference. And this, back then, Andrew Breitbart released this, and I remember it was and that's why they had to make it stick with Shirley Sherrod. They had to make it stick that, oh, James O'Keefe is a fraud, when they were lying about it because they knew how effective he could be. So this guy, Kevin Jennings, remember his name, he was the reason, he was the catalyst for a lot of this. He was the safe school czar under Obama, and he led a youth conference that not only promoted oral sex, okay, but again, this is why I say if you have children today, they shouldn't be here. 5, 4, 3, fisting. Promoted fisting to young students. Jeez. Here's the actual audio clip from him promoting fisting.
Okay, first question, what's fisting? A little known fact, well, you don't think of fist like this. When you do it, it's like this. This is a lot easier. And then...
You work your way upwards.
No, it should just take one kid. It's like, you work your way up to it. How about we don't? Why? No, you just work. It's like anything else, right? It's like learning to ride a bike. Yeah. Only it can cause fissures and anal prolapse. Why do you want to teach that? Look, I get that people have different sexual proclivities, okay? Some people like the sexy flight attendant outfit. Some people like the sexy nurse outfit. It's irrefutably damn because they go to fisting, then anything else is backed off a little bit. You're not alone in being furious about this, but more importantly, these teachers are not alone. Many Democrats believe that your kids, this is the fundamental underlying issue, your own children are not yours.
Here's a hot take that will piss off a lot of people. If you're a parent and your child comes out of school and you refuse to accept them, Child Protective Services.
Because when I got certified, I was told I had to have a bachelor's degree to be an Arizona certified teacher. We all have advanced degrees. What do the parents have? Are we vetting the backgrounds of our parents?
You're vetting your hairstylist?
Are we allowing the parents to choose the curriculum and the books that our children are going to read? I think that it's a mistake.
Most of y'all parents are dumber than you. I'm going to say that out loud.
Great English.
My parents are freaking dumb.
No such thing as someone else's child. Our nation's children are all our children. As I often say, you teachers hold the kite strings and lift our national ambitions aloft.
First off, that analogy makes no
Never
sense.
said that.
Take the kite away.
Yeah,
That's the case.
So Hunter belongs to all of us.
yes.
Cut the string.
I'm so proud
You
of
can
him.
take him back. I don't want a part of that timeshare. So, my parents are dumb. Your parents are dumb. You combine that with fisting. Kid goes, oh, he's young and impressionable. My dad and mom never taught me about fisting, but then again, they're dumb. And this teacher's looking out for me. This is grooming children. This is hypersexualizing. Someone doesn't need to be an active child rapist to be grooming children. They just have to believe two things. Number one, that they know better than you. And number two, that you have no rights to your own children when they are not in your presence for that period of time. And number three, that these hypersexualized issues should be introduced to children, whether they're engaging in them or not.
Right.
That's all that's required. That is grooming, and there is a concerted effort from teachers, and by that I mean Democrats, but I repeat myself, to groom your children today.
And also to tell you that you don't know enough about your kids or about being a parent to do it, right? So that person in the middle, the person with the master's degree, is basically making the claim that your parents aren't smart enough to raise you right, so you need to listen to us.
Yes.
I have a master's degree.
Yeah.
I was told I needed a master's degree to be this person in this profession. And do the parents have a master's degree? Because if they don't, and I would say maybe the master's degree disqualifies you.
Yes.
Because you've been indoctrinated a little further.
Especially if it's a master's in procuring riff-raff fucking hairdos.
Well, by the way, she's dressed up as Two-Face, part of the shirt no pattern, other part of the shirt pattern.
Yes,
I like
exactly.
it, but still.
This is the appeal to
Carries
authority.
around a coin.
Yeah.
You skipped over that, but it's really true. These teachers' unions, 100% of their contributions go to them. It's pretty close.
94% to 6. 94% to 6 since the 1990s as far as teacher contribution.
Yeah.
94% to 6.
Yeah, that's teachers, not teachers' unions.
Is that actual individual teachers or teachers' unions? I'm not entirely sure. I know with teachers' unions it's probably been higher.
As an organization, sure. It's
Hootie, that's individual teachers?
Yeah, pull that overlay back up.
I want to make sure that we have that right. Given currently sort of 5
Teachers' unions.
Yeah, teachers' unions. That's teachers' unions.
My bad. It is unions.
It still is a very high number of individual teachers, but it's a little bit harder to find.
Yeah.
But 94% the teachers' unions.
Who's the 6?
Yeah, the 6% is just a symbolic.
Yeah. And by the way, that woman who says your parents are dumb. Once I realized that my parents were dumb, that they were stupid, that they would tell me to go for a walk, or they would tell me that I should, exercise or make myself, personal hygiene and shit. Once I realized my parents were dumb, okay, and I didn't have to listen to them, the whole world opened up. And hold on, they opened up for me to be a public school teacher where half my day is spent indoctrinating you and the other half is spent bitching about my job, saying that I'm not paid enough. What an open world, dummy. If it's such an opened up world, then stop complaining for working 8 months out of the year, okay? I'm sorry. Public school teachers are not heroes. You know who are heroes? The whistleblower teachers. The teachers who come out and say, enough of this. Now, the problem is there aren't many of them. There are not many public school teachers who are whistleblowers. Those people are heroes. Anyone who's a part of the 94% of the teachers' unions, you're not heroes, you're villains. And you're the worst kind of villains because you're villains to our children. Now, we're actually I want to continue this.
Where their BMI prevents them from becoming parents themselves.
Well, their BMI prevents them from sitting on a standardized teacher's chair. That's why you can't have teachers armed, because that's not able to match the biometric safe. I'm not recognizing my palm prints. Did you try wiping off the Funyuns,
Your
sweetheart?
fingers are too fat.
Yes. Let out a guttural sound. We'll just accept that.
That's your path.
Smith & Wesson, present. So we're going to get into some of the history. We'll continue on Mug Club because it's important for you to understand the idea of parental rights. The idea, by the way, the idea of property rights, of parental rights, of private property, period. It flies in the face of what people like Marx and Lenin believed. This was a central building block to Marxism, to communism, was that you forfeit your rights as parents. Effectively, that children are nothing more than glorified communal property, which you just heard Joe Biden say. You just heard those teachers say. And Hillary Clinton did a whole tour about how it takes a village. So we're going to get, if you're watching on Rumble right now, which is the only place you can be watching, click that button right down there. Boom. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it. Pop it.
Like it's hot.
Pop it. Lock it.
Like it's hot.
Pop it.
Two.
We fucked it
Make it pop. Two. Pop the button.
He can't find it. He can't find it at the very bottom. Very bottom.
It's at the very bottom.
It should be clip button. Very bottom.
I can't find it.
Very bottom.
Sorry, guys.
Under pressure.
Click that, and you get to continue watching for another 45 minutes. And by the way, right now, the promo code FU, F-U-E-F-F, or the letter F, U-Y-O-U, or the letter U, you get $10 off. It's $79.99 annually. You get us, you get Nick DiPaolo, you get the Friday show. We're doing a Scrapyard show this week. You get Guns and Gear. You get Brian Callen coming in soon. You're going to get some other comedy specials coming in, all of that and more. You are the army. You are the person who makes this boycott-proof, who makes this cancel-proof, and who makes it censor-proof. We're going to continue with a history lesson on the idea of parental rights as it relates to Karl Marx and Lenin. I don't know if is it Piss Off YouTube or Thank You Rumble? Thank you.
That's why I was getting a Thank You Rumble, because we had Piss Off YouTube.
Do we have a Thank You Rumble?
We do have
okay, so by the way, Mug Club powered by Rumble. Usually we'd say Piss Off YouTube. We're going to go for another 45 minutes. Click that button, Rumble. We love you. Thank you.
Oh God, we're back, and it's just me. Okay. All right, you guys go and urinate. You did, but you didn't have long enough. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know if you could hear that, but anyway, you don't need to worry about it. If this is the state of teachers in schools right now, they've just made the case for not putting your kids in public schools more clearly than I think anybody could possibly do on our own who's outside of the school system. If they say, hey parents, when your kids come to school, all of your rights cease because we can't control what's going on here. That's what they've said. You can't control what your kid is exposed to when they're here, and we can't address all of these situations, and so your rights as a parent cease.
Reason why I'm not.
They get 90% of their social.
Anybody in my chat right now?
90% saying we control your children is what they're saying, and we can't control the environment is what they're saying. So whatever happens, happens. So we're just going to kind of go with it. Does that make any sense to anybody? If you're a teacher and you're a administrator in one of these schools, isn't your job to control the environment? Aren't you supposed to be creating a learning environment so that our children can be trained up and have good marketable skills to go on?
Evil in the world. Hey, Pastor, talk to us about fisting. Tell us what evil is. You cannot be equipped to deal with the evil unless you address it. And doing it through humor, I get why sometimes people go, oh.
Make sure that it's streaming. For some reason, I'm not seeing chat, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. For some reason, I'm not seeing chat, guys. Oops. Yeah, nice weather today. Morning unindoctrinated. Morning, everybody. I'm not sure why chat's not here. Let me see what I can do to fix that. Huh. What the fuck? Yeah, all I got was yeah, I'm seeing it on my other phone. I can see it on my phone. I was just wondering. I came out of the store. I'm like, fuck, nobody's even jumped into the chat yet. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Gregory. Thanks, Unindoctrinated. Thanks, son. I could restart it, but it'll use up a notification. So, tell you what I'm going to do. I'll just leave. Crowder's done, just about. Oh, that sucks. Well, I'm not going to do one later. I'm going to do a desktop one, but I'm not going to do one later. So, yeah, I'm going to end this and restart it. Hopefully this fixes the issue. It's pretty simple with Prism, so. Yeah, it is perfect weather today. Okay, I'll be right back.